Revelator John.
Hello Revelators, welcome to Revelator John. Today we're talking more about weather theory and we're talking about a warm front. So what is a warm front? Well, a warm front the front is the boundary layer, the boundary between two air masses. So a warm front is where a warm air mass is starting to catch up with and overtake a cold air mass. Now, a warm air mass is usually associated with a low pressure system. A cold air mass is usually associated with a higher pressure system. We've got to understand, why would a low pressure system, warm air mass, be overtaking a cold air mass and a high pressure system? Well, the cold air mass, the high pressure system, might be reducing. Its pressure might be dropping. The warmer air mass, or the lower air pressure system, might be driven behind by a higher pressure system that is pushing it along as well. So it's kind of sandwiched in between higher pressure systems, and it's moving across. Okay, so whatever the result, whatever the reason, this warmer air mass is moving over towards the cold air mass. Because the warm air mass is warmer and it's got more moisture in it, it will not follow the path of the topography, okay, the geography, the land. Okay, so as soon as it encounters the cold air mass, then it will tend to ride over the cold air mass as it starts to replace and starts to overtake it. It's relatively slow moving. So what will happen is the weather you will associate with a warm front will be things like light rain, drizzle, really poor visibility. You potentially can have light and variable winds, but you can also have stronger winds depending on the speed of the front, of the air mass it's moving forward, but also on the pressure differential as well. Okay, you'll tend to have more stable weather, but it will be more of a dull day. Okay, so lots of clouds, lots of lower clouds, lots of stratified cumulus clouds potential, low level clouds with not a lot of vertical development as well. So there'll be lots of moisture in the air, there'll be lots of precipitation, rain, drizzle, small water droplets, because there isn't that high vertical movement either. As the front passes over the cold front, so as the warm front passes over the cold air mass, as I say, there isn't that great vertical movement, but there also isn't that rapid dissipation of the front, if you like. So it will tend to stick around for a while, whereas opposed to a cold front, which will tend to move through quite quickly. Behind the cold front, behind the warm front, as it passes over, you'll tend to still have lots of clouds, lots of lower clouds. It's very slow to dissipate, as opposed to a warm front the cold front behind the cold front. It will be, as it passes through, it'll be very clear skies and clearer weather. So that is what a warm front is. It's the boundary between two air masses where a warm air mass overtakes or replaces a cold air mass. And the classic weather associated with a warm front is light rain, drizzle, low clouds, a very dull day. And you feel it will be noticeably warmer. Again, I exercise a word of caution here when we talk about warm fronts. A warm front merely means that the warm air overtaking the cold air is warmer. It does not mean that it's really, really hot or really warm. It does not mean that the air ahead of the warm front is really cold or freezing. It's just there's a pressure differential. a pressure differential, but there's also a temperature differential. The warm air is warmer than the colder air ahead of it. That's why it is a warm front. Okay, and that is why as it slowly moves across and replaces the cold air, we get this less unstable weather, but more persistent rain and drizzle with it. Okay, hopefully you now understand what a warm front is, and although there are lots of other variables associated with the warm front, this will hopefully explain the basics behind it. Thank you.